I'm sure many of us have seen the lackluster reviews on the new Logitech G Pro Superlight 2 gaming mouse. It's just, oh my gosh, these clicks, like, they sound horrible and they feel even worse. But anyways, we've already talked about the mouse. What I want to talk about today, as I got you in my game room here, I want to talk about the keyboard they also released, being the G Pro X TKL. So what I'm going to do is take you through the whole process, popping it open and everything. I've been using it a little bit here. That's kind of why I got you in my game room. Number one, I kind of like a different setup here and there, but there's some stuff I got to show you on the PC with it. Anyways, when you pop it open, you got your little manual right there, right on the box. Anyways, let's get that aside over there. Now, the one we have has the brown clicky switches. They say it's their GX switches. We'll talk about that here shortly. Anyways, it comes in this case here, and no joke, this case is incredibly solid. Like, you got this handle up here. The handle's really rigid. The case itself is like, it's felt inside and like this, I don't know what you call it on the outside, but oh my gosh, it is like you can't even bend it. It is heavy stinking duty. Then of course you are presented with your keyboard. You have your little rubber cable. Feels pretty chintzy actually. USB-A to USB-C by the way. And then right down here, which you got the slots as well. You have your dongle and then your little adapter here. And again, I stated it before, I love it how they put the name on it, Pro X TKL. You all know I love labeled dongles. But as awesome as this case is, we are not here to buy a keyboard case. We're here to buy a keyboard. And looking at the keyboard here, obviously it's the TKL layout, and it's also come in multiple colors. It comes in a black and a pink. Of course, we have the white right here. And again, talking about the TKL layout, it comes in this case and you got the floating keycap style design. And underneath it right here, just in that little key format area, you have that aluminum plate. It is silver, and then you can see the top lip is plastic, kind of like we've seen in the previous Logitech boards. Now, one thing I want to show you, hopefully I can get some focus in the camera here. You're going to notice on that silver lip, you got like brushed up top and then you got that chrome accent going around. I can't stand that. Corsair does that a lot and I stated it over and over. It just, I don't know, in my opinion, it gives it a cheap vibe. I wish they did not do that here. Anyways, as far as the keycaps, very nice thick PBT keycaps. And then again, up at the top here, you got all your controls, your Lightspeed, because this is a wireless keyboard. You got Bluetooth game mode, which again disables some of the keys you want. As far as your brightness setting here in multiple levels, you got your cap lock indicator, your battery indicator, your media controls, and then your volume wheel. And let me tell you what, man, this wheel, it just feels chintzy, like it almost has like a little movement in there, and you can't press it down or it's not no function minus the volume wheel, you know, and it's just, it moves around. It just feels real chintzy. Anyways, back of the keyboard, you have your power switch, your USB-C port, which it's outside of the keyboard kind of, so you can fit any cable in there. Looking at the bottom is black, so I kind of like that. Again, you got the black accent there and the black accent on the bottom. Anyways, you got 5 rubber feet, nice big ones, 2 levels of pop-out feet here, a little one, and then you got your big one. And if you lay it pretty much flat on the desk, you see it has a very mild incline, nothing drastic by any means, but my preferred setting wasn't sitting like that. Now, before we fire this keyboard up, let me go on and give you a sound test. And again, we have the one with the brown tactile switches, which they're saying is the GX switches. They are Kale switches right there. I don't know what makes them GX or what Logitech worked with Kale to do. I don't know. By the way, no, this keyboard is not hot swap or anything. It's what you get, and it comes in blue clicky, red linear, and then these brown tactiles. Now, as far as that sound test, it's honestly not too bad, right? For nothing done to this. There's no sound dampening, there's no lube on the switches or the stabs. And talking about that, like, I've heard a lot worse out of the box with nothing done. So not too bad there, honestly. My one complaint, again, is the switches, but you can get into multiple ones. But talking about these tactiles, it's like, even when I was gaming here, you hit that bump, and you gotta go past that bump to make your character move. So if you press it, tactile bump, you gotta go down further for your character to move, which just messed with my head. And because again, I like gaming a little faster, but I gotta make sure, bam, I'm hitting that bump and I'm going, you know what I mean? So that jacks with me. I'm really used to optical switches with like Cherry Speed Silvers. These just, again, it just slowed me down a little bit. But this is where things are gonna get pretty darn weird here. So again, as you saw up here, you have your Lightspeed wireless and then your Bluetooth. Your power switch is on the bottom, okay? And as you can see, it's red, So we have it off. Okay, so I'm gonna take this USB-C cable that's going directly into my PC here. I'm gonna plug it in to the keyboard. You see the battery light is indicating, flashing as far as charging there. Now, I'm gonna get into game. I can't move, okay? Battery light's going. Game right here. Let me tilt the screen so you guys can see. I am not moving. I'm off, okay? So maybe I gotta turn it on. Let me go and flick it on. You see the RGB fires up. Well, my character is still not moving. The Lightspeed indicator is flashing up there, but I can't move my character. All right, stick with me here. So we have our dongle over here. I'm gonna plug this right in. Bam, we got that plugged in. Fired right up to my RGB setting I got, and now I can move. We are moving in game. So what's going on here? I can't use this keyboard wired only. It has to be using the wireless dongle. Now, on a side note of that, yes, you can take, so I'll take this USB-C, plug it in the back while we are wireless, and you can see the battery light is flashing again, and I can still move. So yes, you can charge it while you're using it, but the weird thing is that you can't use it wired only. It has to be wireless. I'm not sure if I'm missing something here or anything. I actually messaged Logitech directly and asked them, hey, is there a way to use this keyboard and wired? And if they reply to me and give me some feedback, I will pin a comment down there. But I've tried everything here, and you can only use it wireless. Now, as far as the RGB on this keyboard, as you can see, I think it's plenty fine. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing ridiculous. You got your little light up top here, which you can turn it all the way off, or bam, pull it all the way up to max. Right now, I got a light on here, my window open. But one thing I want to point out is, again, with this keyboard using PBT keycaps, which are very nice, by the way, but PBT keycaps are known to, again, not give you that solid RGB across. So underneath, you'll see it's a little bit dimmer, and up top is really bright. And I know the camera won't be able to pick this up, but you can see, because your RGB, your little LED is right up top there, and you have nothing on the bottom. So, and then again, of course, you got your PBT keycap, which is a little bit thicker, not gonna let that light go consistently through. And you do notice that across the entire board. But me not being an RGB junkie, it doesn't bother me. But if you do love your RGB, you will notice that here. But I personally would prefer the PBT keycaps over RGB. Now, as far as battery life when using it wireless, Logitech is stating up to 50 hours. And when any company states up to, they're always referring to Bluetooth. So as far as Lightspeed, I have no idea, and I can't find it anywhere what the battery life is of that. So kind of weird there again. So did Logitech redeem themselves with the Pro X TKL Lightspeed keyboard after the disappointment of the G Pro X Superlight 2? Now, this keyboard comes in at $200, right? You know, the case. I can't say enough. That case is stinking awesome. But honestly, when you look at this keyboard, it's the G Pro Superlight 2. It's that same thing. Like, what did you do? Right? You had, I think 3 years ago, they had their G Pro keyboard that was hot swap. 3 years ago, right? You go right in line with the original Superlight. Logitech was making moves then. Right? They were making that innovation. They jumped on that hot swap. They jumped on that lightweight gaming mouse and got those things out there. Now it's just like, hey, we got USB-C. Hey, we're using PBT keycaps. Logitech, you got the knowledge, you got the resource, you got the money. You're a massive company. You can do more than this. This is disappointing. The keyboard, no, it's not bad. The mouse, no, it's not bad, but holy smokes, make it hot swap, put some dampening foam or, I don't know, something, do something innovative. You got to, that's what you do. Like, this is just, these releases are like, what the heck? And I hope I'm only mistaken and messing something up here where you can't use this wired, where it can only be used wireless here, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't think either of these products justify the offering, and it's very disappointing seeing this from Logitech. Like many of the comments I've seen, Logitech is just pulling the Apple now, you know what I mean? Minimal updates and saying, here you go, and sorry, it's not gonna work in the gaming space. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me in my game room for a little bit of a different setting here, talking about this keyboard, seeing what the heck's going on with Logitech. Hope I was able to help you out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.